She stormed up his porch like she owned the block, her voice sharp as glass. "Show me your ID. People like you don't belong here." He froze, the keys biting into his palm, his jaw trembling with years of swallowed words. She stood tall, HOA badge swinging like a crown, smirking with the arrogance of unchecked power. The neighbors peeked through blinds, whispering, waiting for a show. He wanted to yell, to push back, but instead he stayed still, because silence, for now, was stronger than rage. In her eyes, he was a trespasser in his own home. In his heart, he knew she had just made the biggest mistake of her life. What she didn't know, what nobody knew, was that the ground beneath her feet was his design. The HOA Karen sneered, waving her badge like a weapon. "We have rules here. I decide who belongs." He finally lifted his gaze, his eyes steady, burning with quiet authority. "Is that so?" he said, his voice calm but cutting. She smirked, thinking she'd won, thinking he was just another man to put in his place. But then he reached into his blazer, not for an ID, but for the deed, thick, embossed, undeniable. The neighbors leaned closer, gasps spreading like wildfire. With deliberate calm, he unfolded the document. His company name glared in bold print. The developer, the builder, the visionary behind every brick, every roof, every manicured lawn. Her smugness drained into disbelief, her hand clutching the useless badge tighter, as if it could save her from the truth now staring her in the face. In that moment, she realized she wasn't standing on her authority. She was standing on his foundation. The silence was deafening. The neighbor stepped outside now, whispering, staring, watching her unravel. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. His presence, his truth, was louder than any accusation she could throw. Slowly, he stepped closer, holding the deed like a shield of justice. "You don't get to decide who belongs." "I do." Her badge slipped from her fingers, clattering against the porch like the collapse of her false power. The neighbors nodded, some ashamed for ever doubting, others emboldened by his strength. She turned away, face pale, her empire of arrogance reduced to rubble. He stood tall, calm, commanding, the true owner of the ground she tried to claim. Hit that like button, subscribe for more stories that matter, and let's keep the conversation going.